Right, we're now at the business end of the Premier Class at Whilton Mill. First final, Championship leader Brenton Miller has only qualified in 13th. Jamie Jenkins on grid 7. Chris Powell starting 3rd, Phil Ingram on 6th, Ben Yeomans on 19th, and look out for Sam Garford. He might only be 16th in the Championship, but on drop scores, he's right up there at the top. Excellent qualifying from Jonathan Lister. He's really stepped up in class this weekend. He starts on pole, but if he wants to win this final, he's going to have to find a way to stay ahead of Kieran McCullough on the front row with him. Well, here they come. It's time to get busy. And it's Lister into turn 1 from McCullough. Powell trying to find a way around the outside. That won't work. Randall on 4 is in 4th and under pressure from Ingram. Up the hill. McCullough covers to the inside. Randall on his bumper, and there's a scrum on behind. 2 and 3 wide. It's going to end in tears somewhere. The squeeze is on. Allwood and Marson are out. Down to Ashby for the first time. Contact Teal on Garford. Keeps it going. Mace doesn't though. He's out. Butler's made a mistake and is going backwards as well. Oh, and Brian Trott's out. It's been a pretty poor start to a return to Club 100. Lister under pressure from McCullough. Gets it sideways going in. But McCullough's on the outside for the toe of the boot. Will Lister hang on? End of lap 1. And Powell was through and on the grass. He'd fallen behind McCullough, but McCullough's back through. Randall's gone with him and Ingram. Chris Powell back to 6th. A yellow flag out at Christmas corner for the recovering Andy Marson. Still not restarted. Racing restarts. Lister, McCullough, Randall, Ingram, Powell. Garford coming across. Miller coming with him and the Teal brothers. Well, Jonathan Lister is there to be shot at. If he's going to win this final, he's really going to have to pull out all the stops. Kieran McCullough on his bumper. We know Kieran goes well here. He likes the circuit, it suits his style. Trevor Randall, another one who goes quick here, and you could probably say the same about Phil Ingram. All Whilton Mill specialists. The cream of Club 100 on your bumper. As Jonathan Lister ready to step up to take his place amongst the top boys in Club 100, and Darren Teal's on the grass. Just keeps it going, manages to get back on without wiping anyone out. Here comes Kieran, looking to the inside, thinks better of it. Well, Teal's lost his brakes. That was the problem. Kieran looking very racy behind Jonathan Lister here. I think he's got just a little bit more. Looking over his shoulder, I think towards Phil Ingram, who I think he really sees as the competition for this first final. With the greatest respects to Jonathan and Trevor Randall. Up the hill, McCullough pulls out. Ingram pulls out from behind Randall as well, backing it in on the brakes. So it's McCullough to the lead. Ingram the 3rd. Ingram goes defensive to hold off Randall. Garford looking at the inside of Powell. He's side by side, and that's letting Brenton Miller in. So McCullough, Lister, Randall puts a move on Ingram. Well, he's pointing to the leaders, but he's not going to get any cooperation from back here. Ingram looking to the inside, Powell as well. Garford looking to get his position back from Brenton Miller. Well, you can almost understand why Trevor Randall's not getting the cooperation he wanted to take the fight to Kieran McCullough and Jonathan Lister. Ingram, Powell, Miller, Garford, that's 4 of the top 6 in the championship battle. Garford lining up Brenton Miller if he can get close enough. He can't. Everybody on their limit. And it looks as though everybody's just taken a breather for a second before it all kicks off again. Lister hanging on to McCullough more than trying to challenge for the lead, I think. Yeoman's putting a move on Chris Bell for 10th place. Further back, Stu Simons started the championship 6th this morning. Battling with Ant Teal, another one on drop scores who would be well up there. Hill puts a move on Stu Simons, puts him back to 15th. On to lap 6, and Phil Ingram's picked up the tour from Trevor Randall. And out of turn 1 and up the hill, he's putting a move on. He's through to 3rd, Randall 4th, Powell 5th, Miller 6th, Garford just losing touch in 7th. Battle for 8th place there, Yeomans, Jenkins and Bell. Kieran McCullough's pulled out just another half cart length and is beginning to look in control at the front of this final. Simons puts a move on Hill for 14th, but actually lets Mark Craddock through. Blackett looking to go outside at Parker, never on. Well, we're halfway through this 13-lap final, and Phil Ingram is doing his best to pull up the trees and try and catch the leading pair. Powell under pressure from Miller here. He made a mistake in turn 1, showing Miller at the outside. There's no way round there, but he's compromised to Winkerman's. Bell and Godwin have gone past Jenkins. Rossiter's not finished with Kieran McCullough. He's keeping him honest. Owen Simons has gone off as well. He's lost his brakes. Huge disappointment for Stu Simons. That will not help his championship. Godwin side by side with Chris Bell into the boot. On the wrong side for the tour and loses out now to Jenkins, who does the pair of them. Godwin trying to force it past Bell on the pit bend. This is the battle for 10th place. Ant Teal getting in the mix as well now. Craddock closing. Battle for the lead on again. Lister's close to the bumper of Kieran McCullough. He's digging deep and he's finding new levels of his driving. Oh, and Dave Lewis has been kicked out of the race by somebody. Bad day for the madman. Jenkins holding off Wesley Godwin for 10th. Teal there as well, and champion Mark Craddock. And it's only a battle for 10th. That's how competitive Club 100 Premier Class is. Garford's got the inside run on Chris Powell at the pit bend, and I wouldn't want to be Chris Powell, but you've got to show some bottle if you want to win in Premier Class and fight for the championship. Garford to 6th. Well, Kieran's managed to pull out a couple of cart lengths. I think Jonathan's maybe made a mistake because he's fallen back to Phil Ingram. Is this the opportunity for Kieran McCullough to take his 2nd win of the season? It's beginning to look good. Randall unable to hang on to Phil Ingram, who takes a peek. I think he now realises it's time to sort out Jonathan Lister in 2nd. Nothing comfortable here in the battle for 10th. Ant Teal runs wide, under pressure from Mark Craddock. Ingram pushing hard. That can only be a fraction faster than Jonathan Lister himself. Teal holding off Clackett. Over 12. Quite a field spread now. The leading group has pulled clear. And all the battles are personal. Miller in 5th. Garford 6th. Powell, Yeomans, Butler. Allwood's been off and is lapped. Jenkins, Craddock fighting over 10th. Clackett to the inside of Teal. Oh, that didn't really work, and he's pushed him off. And there's more contact. Godwin's caught up in that. That'll be a penalty for Lee Clackett. That move was not on into the boot. Yes, there's a penalty board out there already. Craddock lining up Jenkins for Christmas. And Jenkins has waved him through. Well, the gearness of Lee Clackett's driving must be catching. Chris Powell, championship leader, under pressure from Ben Yeomans there. And he's lost out. And he now has Dan Butler on his bumper. This is not good for his championship. A yellow flag saves him, I think. That'll be for Ant Teal. So, lap 11. On to 12. McCullough, Lister under pressure from Phil Ingram. And Randall's closed in as well. Ingram right on his bumper. He's got a run on him. Up to Christmas. Is he going through this time? He's leaving it late. Late and hard, but clean. And he's back Lister into Trevor Randall, who's around the outside before Lister can do anything. He's through at Inkermans. Well, Ingram's made a signal to Trevor Randall, like, come on, let's work together. I can't imagine for a second why you'd expect any cooperation from Trevor. He asked for it earlier on and got none. And Lister's not finished yet. Oh, 3 wide into the boot. That's never going to work. Ingram's forced to go narrow to defend. That's compromising, man. Lister's caught the corn there. In passing Trevor Randall. If it's been seen, I think it has by Tony Keane. Randall's back through. Final lap. McCullough is clear from Phil Ingram, Trevor Randall, Lister and Miller fighting over third. Lister defending fourth there to the inside, compromised off Ashby. Miller now looking to the outside as Lister goes narrow again. He may have started pole, he's not going to win this one, but it's been a great performance by Lister. Godwin puts a move on Jenkins for 12th. It's a new helmet design, and I think it's given him an extra 10th. Kieran McCullough wins.